Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Waldhart and you are here with Amanda's Inspiration Station. Welcome to this week's Weekly Wednesday. Yay! I have what I think is the cutest project. I'm super excited. For those of you who follow me a lot, you know that on page 19 of the annual catalog, this Sweetest Cherries bundle is truly my favorite. Like the moment we got this catalog, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. That's my first thing on my list. I love it. I have done multiple things with it. I have done multiple things with Weekly Wednesday for you. I did a complete six project for our summer stamp camp, which were 4 3D treats and 2 cards, which, by the way, you can purchase on my tutorial store at amandasinspirationstation.com. I have done just lots of different things with it, and today is no different. Only today I'm not doing cherries. I am going to do blueberries today. This is the cutest thing ever. So we are going to make this little 3D treat pouch that holds a limited edition Kit Kat in the flavor of blueberry muffin. Now, I want to say that don't knock it till you try it, because I love all these Kit Kat flavors that they come out with, all the different flavors. I can honestly say there has not been one that I have not liked. There's been more that I like more than others, of course. The blueberry one is right up there. It's really good. The lemon one is really good. The dark mint chocolate and the raspberry are really good. But I've tried the apple pie. I've tried the orange dreamsicle one. I think it was called orange dreamsicle. They even had a Fruity Pebbles. Yes, the cereal, Fruity Pebbles. I have tried them all. Like every time I get them, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a new Kit Kat flavor. And I get really excited. So when I saw the blueberry muffin ones, I was like, oh my gosh. And of course, this packaging, it reminds me of our new in colors, Orchid Oasis and Starry Sky. So I am incorporating both of these colors into this little treat. And then we're going to make a card, a blueberry card. Why does it have to be cherries? Life is sweet with you in it. I love it. So let's get started. If you are not a YouTube subscriber of mine, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to hit the goal of 1,000 YouTube subscribers so that I can do some live YouTube. I can't do that until I have 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So I would love for you to help a girl out. And while we're doing this, you don't need to pause this video or anything. I have in the description below a link that will take you to a free printable project sheet. Now, this project sheet, I do this every week for my Weekly Wednesdays. It'll have a colored pictures of both these projects, the supply list, and the measurements. The video here is your instructions on how to do it. All right, so of course we're using the Sweetest Cherry Bundle, but a few other products that we're using today. We are using the gingham embossing folder. We are using the Cup of Tea bundle. I love this. Not only do I use this for this particular stamp set, but do you know how many times I've added all these little elements to other projects? This is such a universal stamp set. I've had a couple of my customers say, I don't drink tea, so I like it. It's cute. I don't drink tea, so I don't know what I'd use it for. But the truth is, you could use these as coffee mugs too. They don't have to be tea. And all these little sentiments are so great. The dies are great. The little tags are great. So we're using the little tag from there and the little saying that says enjoy. So we are using the Cup of Tea. And then we're also going to be using the stylish shapes. So we are using the largest stitched oval. I'm sorry, circle. I do know my shapes. Good Lord. And we're going to be using that for the background of the card. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I just am excited about this. This is a very simple treat holder because you're literally, there's no like It's not a box where you're putting it together, although I make lots of boxes and I try to make them as easy as possible. All right, so we're going to bring out my favorite tool, the Simply Score tool. Now, you are going to need a piece of cardstock. We are using Orchid Oasis, and this measures at 3 1/4 by 9. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to score it in 3 spots. We're going to score it at 4 3/4, 5 1/4, and then we're going to score it at 8. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now, we're going to use our bone folder to varnish in the creases, but before we do that, well, I'll do it while I'm talking. We are going to round the corners. Stampin' Up! No longer carries our detailed trio punch. So if you have this, pull it out. You can round your corners with this. If you don't have it and you still have your envelope punch board, you can round your corners on the back here. I actually prefer to do mine like that. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Corner rounder punch, but you have another corner rounder punch, great. Pull that out and use that. So this piece here is going to bend back, but we want to round the edges. We're going to round the edges on all sides. So on all 4 corners, I'm just going to put it in like this and round my corners. And we're going to round, that didn't work very well. We're going to also round our white cardstock. So there's our corner rounder. There we go. So we have 2 pieces of white. This one here measures at 4 by 2 7/8, and this one is by 3 2.5. Now, the bottom piece I'm not going to round at all, but I do want the top 2 pieces to round because this is going to go on the inside of the treat. And if I'm doing a rounded edge on the top here, I want this to have a rounded edge as well. So I'm just going to round that. I'm having a hard time seeing here. So I feel like I'm putting my head in the camera and you guys can't see. All right, there we go. So we should be good on all of our rounding. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so this piece right here is just gonna go flat into here. So we're just gonna get out our Stampin' Seal or whatever adhesive you prefer. And I'm just going to put that right up to the top. I still want to keep a border, okay? And I'm going to fold this down and I'm going to use my bone folder to varnish in that crease. Now, before I get going, I have my white piece, but then I also have a piece of designer series paper. This piece of designer series paper is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. We're basically just going to put that on the inside. And this piece is also the Orchid Oasis. That is the one color out of the New In colors. It's like every time I go to say it, it's like I pause. It's like it doesn't want to come out of my mouth. I don't know what it is, but all right. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to place that flat like this, okay? So we got our blueberry muffin Kit Kat. We're going to put that right there. And then before we decorate it, we're going to wrap some ribbon around it because that's what's going to hold it in place. And we're going to use this glitter, white glitter organzy ribbon. So I'm literally just going to go like this. This is how I do it. I don't really measure per se. But I just like to be able to have about 4 inches on the side. And the reason why I like to have that is because I like to make a big bow on the side. I want a big bow. So I'm going to tie that like that. And then I'm going to get out my little Mickey ears. And we're going to tie that. There we go. Now I want this to stay down. So I am going to bring out some dimensionals here. And basically on the inside flap here, I'm going to put some dimensionals, just like that. And then I'm just going to bring it down like that, okay? Now I am going to tighten this bow up a little bit because it's not, there we go. It's not as tight as I would like that to be. It's a little loose and I don't want the treat to fall out. So I'm going to kind of play around my bow here. There we go. Super cute. And I don't want the loops to be as big, so give me just a second. There we go. We'll just kind of mess around like that. All right, perfect. So now I have some scrap pieces of paper because we're going to do some punching. And I am using another punch today, which I forgot to share when I was sharing the other items that we're using. I am using today the bow stamp set. I know it's called something else, but I can't think of it right now. We are going to just go ahead and punch out one of the bigger pieces here. So I'm just going to punch that out. Just because I like the greenery with it. I like that we're using Granny Apple Green. Just grab a scrap piece of paper. I definitely like to have that with it. I also have our new linen thread. No, Baker's Twine, sorry. Of our new in colors. I love these. I'm on my second pack of fully using them. So I just absolutely love these. I've already did a double bow. And then I have the tag already die cut it out from that cup of tea bundle. So we're going to do some stamping now. So I need to take the Starry Skies and I'm going to stamp Enjoy from the cup of tea. And I'm going to do that right on that little tag. And I'm just going to kind of set that aside. And before I stamp, we could do one of two things. I've always learned that you should stamp first, punch second. I don't feel that that's always the case. Sometimes I feel it's just as easy, if not easier, to punch first and then stamp. That's just me. I'm just telling you. So whatever feels more comfortable to you, you go ahead and do that. So we're going to take the stamp from the Cherry stamp set. And there's two of them actually, just so you know. There is one that already looks like part of it's out and then a full one. I went ahead and I used the full one because I want these to look like blueberries. Okay, so there's our punching and stamping. All right, so let's go ahead and let's put some dimensionals on the back here. And I'm going to angle one like this. Then I'm going to angle the other one like that. I feel like this one needs another piece of dimensional. Like it's not staying down. There we go. All right. Now this one I'm just going to tuck in. So I will take a glue dot and I'm going to just kind of take that at the bottom here. And I'm going to kind of tuck that under. And I'm going to kind of angle it like that. I'm going to cover that with my tag. So, and I'm going to use dimensionals for my tag too. And I'm just going to kind of tuck that under like that, so that it covers the bottom of that little greenery. And then I'm going to take also a glue dot for my bow. And I'm just going to kind of turn that so it's like that. There you have it. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, you guys. How cute is that? So cute. I am a sucker for like the fruit stuff. Like I was so devastated when we got rid of the strawberry punch and the peach bundle, because I was like, no, you're adding cherries and I can do cherries, and you know, I can even do black cherries and I can do blueberries and I can do strawberries and peaches, and yeah, they got rid of them. So now I'm just gonna work with this cutest cherry set forever until it's gone. It's so cute. All right, so let's set this aside and let's work on our card, because we're gonna do kind of similar things to it. So for our card, I have a piece of cardstock in the very thick cardstock, and I actually have it cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and I have it scored at 5 1/2. I sometimes just like to have it different than the traditional way of opening it this way. So my next piece I have, oh, looks like I have two of these, is 4 by 5 1/4. And it's all, this is now just regular basic white. And I'm going to place this flat on top of my card. I am doing just white on white. All right, so we're just gonna do white on white, just like that. Now we're gonna do some stamping. Before we do some stamping, let's do, I have just some scrap pieces here because we need 2 blueberries. I didn't know if these would work. Yep, they do, so perfect. And then let's punch that one, perfect. All right, let's get these out. So I won't need these. These are just scrap pieces, okay? So we have to stamp on the blueberries. We are going to stamp some leaves, which the leaves that we're using is also from the Sweetest Cherries. So this is what we're gonna do. I have Granny Apple Green ink pad. And I'm going to, well, clearly I'm going to put this on some blocks because I forgot. So while I'm doing that, we're going to also stamp the Life Is, and we're going to do that in just Memento ink or Stays On. You can do it on with Stays On too. And we'll just do that. Okay. Now I am going to stamp off a little bit. And I don't want to ruin my beautiful, did you guys notice this? My beautiful grid paper here? This grid paper is our new in color grid paper, and everyone can purchase it. It's so adorable. So hop on over to Amanda's Inspiration Station and get yourself some. It's wonderful. But we're going to stamp off. So we're going to stamp off with the leaf. Oops, let's bring this back so we can see it. So we're going to stamp off with the leaf, and then we're just going to kind of go like this. And we want to do 3 of these. We're stamping off because I want the vein part of the leaf to be the dark part. So now with the vein part, we won't stamp off. This way then it gives it that light dark look using the same stamp set. So I love that. All right, so we're done with that. Now we're going to pull out the Starry Sky because we want to do our little blueberries again. So let's do that. So cute. And you could leave it where you're not stamping, but I honestly think it looks better stamped. And then we're going to get out this sweet. Again, I'm just using basic white, just a scrap piece. And I'm going to do that. Ooh, doesn't that look rich and good? Rich and yummy. All right, so now let's get out our Memento, or if you have Stays On, whatever you want to do. And we're going to stamp Life Is kind of up at the top. And then on the inside of the card, we're going to stamp 2. So let's stamp the inside of our card. I should have done that first. Well, actually, we'll do that last. Let's put our card together, and then I'll go on the inside, and we'll do that. All right. So let's get that. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this circle, this stitched circle. I'm going to place that flat. Normally I am someone who likes to pop up a lot of stuff. But this time I'm going to place it flat because I'm going to place the blueberries. I'm going to pop those up. So just get those. All right. So I'm going to place one kind of crooked like that, one like that. Now I have my little bow here again, so I'm going to use mini glue dots. And I'm just going to kind of pop that right there. There we go. Just like that. And then we're going to fussy cut. The trick to fussy cutting is that you don't make the scissors leave. You just kind of turn your scissors with the shape or the letters that you are fussy cutting out. Now, I know a lot of people stress out about it. It's not, no stressing. It's not that big of a deal. You don't need to stress because honestly, it'll look great. Another trick to fussy cutting, I think, is always leaving like a little border. You don't want to cut right on the image because that's when you get, to me, that's when you stress out and you start freaking out a little bit. Like, oh, that doesn't look good. I got too close to this side, but I didn't get this side. And if you leave a little border, that will help you a lot. All right, so now we're just going to place that right like that. And we're going to open our card up because we want to stamp on the inside. So let's bring out my little leaves again. And let's bring out my little guy here that we're going to stamp off. And then we'll do the veins inside. Let me turn that just like that. And then we're going to do the same with you in it. So we're going to get out our starry sky. And of course, clearly I just was forgetting things today. So let's get that out. So with you in it. Just forgetting to put things on the block. Perfect. 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 All right. How cute is that? I love it. I love it. And I am not done with this bundle. I am not done with this bundle yet. You guys, I still have more things to share with you down the line. I'm just trying to spread it out so that every week is not just the Sweetest cherries, because I don't want to share that with you like every single week. I gotta share other stuff with you guys. All right. Don't forget to print your free project sheets. And if you need to purchase any supplies, head on over to amandasinspirationstation.com. You can purchase it right from my web store right there. I do have a hostess code up, so you can just go ahead and use that hostess code. Unless your order is $150 or more, do not use that hostess code. You'll collect your own hostess rewards. All right. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next week for Weekly Wednesday. Thanks, everyone. Bye.